everyone, and welcome back to Algebra 1. We had a lovely day off yesterday, and today we're picking up right where we left off. Now, first of all, welcome back. It was a lovely middle of the week break, but now we are back to Algebra 1. Now we are continuing with concept number 1. And in concept number 1, we're still talking about unions and intersections in sets. Now, I've been using the example of what I have in my left pocket and what I have in my right pocket. That was backwards. My left pocket and my right pocket. And I've been using that as an example so it can help us learn how to identify when we have a union and when we have an intersection. And remember, there can also be disjoint sets, which means that they have nothing in common or they don't have anything to join them or make them a set in layman's terms. Anyways, here we have two sets. Now, see the way I wrote it, which it tells you that the numbers we have for A are in brackets because that's a list of numbers. That's the set, okay? Now, for B, I don't have numbers, but I have a variable. I also have specific certain characteristics that this variable has to have. So it can be any of the numbers that fit this characteristic, okay? Now, in this example, for A, I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, for B, which is our second set, we have X, but X is a positive odd integer less than 10. Now wait, let's break that all down. So, it is a positive number. That means the other set cannot have any negative numbers, or if it does have any negative numbers, it has to also have a positive number for it to be able to either be a union or an intersection. Okay? So, as we can see, all of our numbers in our A set are positive. It is an odd number. So remember, our odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, okay? Now, our even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on and so forth. So it has to be an odd number, which happens that these are odd numbers. So it's looking good. It is not a disjoint set, for sure. Then it has to be an integer. Okay, now let's go back a couple of weeks where we learned different properties and we learned how to classify integers. Now remember, integers, we have integer numbers, which means they can be positive or negative. So in this specific variable, we are asking for only positive, which means it could still be an integer, okay? So it is an integer that is less than 10. What is our biggest number? It's 9. All of our other numbers are smaller than 9, and 9 is still smaller than 10. So this is how we classify it, meaning that if our A set meets all the characteristics, all the numbers fit into the characteristics of our B set variable, then that means that here we have an intersection. And that, my friends, will be written like this. Did that make sense to everybody? Now let's go in with another example. In this example, we're just working with random letters, okay? These are not variables. They're just random letters. Like I did to be able to understand or identify unions and intersections and disjoint sets, I use different items in my pockets. We can also use random letters. Just always think about it like I had said it before. They have to either have one in common to be a union. They have to have something in common to be a union. And if it is an intersection, then they have to fit each other. Like they either have to have all the same, in this case, letters, or they would have, like if it had a list of characteristics, then it would have, the first set would have to meet the characteristics that are set in our second set. So, in this case, we're working with letters. And our first set, which is set E, we have P, M, B, A, D, E. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 letters in our first set. In our second set, you can see it's a little bit smaller. This is set F. We have I, T, B, P. That's only 4 letters in the set. But regardless, they are still set. Meaning that this will not be an intersection because they don't match perfectly, okay? Now, we cross that out. Process of elimination, right? So, here we have a P. Do we have a P down here? Yes, we do. We have it right here. This is already looking like an intersection, right? And do we have an M down here? No, we don't. But we do have a B on both. The rest of the letters do not match. But since we do have that in common, this would be considered a union. So that, my friends, will be written like this. The E set is a union with the F set. Okay? Now, let's go into your assignment. Now, for your assignment today, we have these 2 sets, set C and set B. Now, in this instance, it's like our first example where we have a variable and certain characteristics that this variable has to meet. And we have our set of numbers, okay? So, for your assignment, I want you to look at both sets and tell me whether it would be a union or an intersection, or if it's just a disjoint set. Remember how to write it out if it is a union and whether it is an intersection. If you need any extra help or this doesn't really make sense to you, please do not panic. Please do not feel overwhelmed. I know we've gone over this for several days, but if you need extra help, please do not hesitate and ask. I'm here to help you. Now, I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.